It's Marq and no Beverly, but she's in my heart. This is Meet the Redmonds. My wife Beverly is away. She has some important things to do for her job, so I'm flying solo. But rest assured, family, you are in capable hands. You know, my wife and I, we've been on the go for the past month and a half, and we've just been on the run doing book signings. We did a Black History presentation. Beverly's had some stuff to do at work. I had midterm grades to do. So we've just been on the go. But we had a chance to recharge our batteries and just relax and enjoy ourselves. And that's the whole premise of this episode called Play Hard. We get a chance to let our hair down. Well, I don't have any hair to let down, but we had an opportunity to just unwind and to spend some quality time with ourselves. And that's paramount in any relationship. Quality time. You can't be all work, you can't be all serious. And I think Beverly made mention to, laughing more in a couple of previous episodes. So you gotta be able to just unwind and just spend time with that special person so you can just remember what it is about that person that you just like to spend time with. I tell people all the time, I enjoy spending time with my wife. I have a good time with my wife. I laugh and joke with my boys. We hang out, we do our thing. But just being with my wife is just something that just is unexplainable. I can't put it into words. She is just a joy to be around. She makes me laugh. And I just love being with her and spending time with her. So we were able to go to Chicago and play hard. And then we came back to Seattle and played hard. And Beverly was able to put together a video montage of our time in Chicago. We got a chance to see some good friends. We ate some good food. We went to a restaurant called Maestro, and they are known for their tomahawk steaks. It looks like the Fred Flintstone steaks, and it takes about 4 people to eat it. I was gonna buy one until I looked at the price, and actually it didn't have a price in the menu. And for you people that are going on date nights, if you go to a restaurant and they don't have the price in the menu, it's gonna cost you a grip. So I inquired about the tomahawk steak, and when they told me $350, I said, get me the pork chop. So be prepared to spend some good money if you go to Maestro. So we're gonna watch the video montage of Beverly and me and our time in Chicago. Then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna talk about how we play hard in Seattle, because it's a different type of playing here than it is in Chicago. So sit back, relax, enjoy.
Hey fam, it's Bev. Just landing at Midway Airport. My husband Mark is already in town. We are here to do some filming for Meet the Redmonds and also to celebrate Glenn and Jennifer. They've been married 20 years and they're renewing their vows. We thought we'd take you along for the journey on this weekend trip to Sweet Home Chicago.
Hey everybody, it is Bev, it's Mark. Meet the Redmonds is, I guess, on location tonight.
Yeah, we're in Chicago.
Yep.
And we are on a date night.
We are at
Maestro.
Yep, having a great time. This gentleman treated me to a sumptuous dinner. And if you are ever in Chicago, this is the place to go to get your downtown experience. Come to Maestro's and work hard, play hard. Now my husband's trying to find a place to pull over so we can safely exchange playlists. He said my playlist is, what did you say, dear?
Whack.
Hey, fam. Hope you enjoyed watching this vlog of our quick trip to Chicago. Loved every minute of it. Glenn, Jennifer, congratulations on those 20 years. You know, you're in our hearts. Family, we continue to pray for you. Pray for us. Babe, I will see you at home. You gave me a romantic weekend. Love you so much. Miss you already. All right, family. On the way back to Seattle, meet the Redmonds. We're out.
And we're back. Now, if Beverly was here, she would tell me, I'm trying to get her Beverly voice. I got to get prim and proper. Hold on. All right, I got it. Beverly would say, Mark, why did you say that my playlist was whack? Well, B, I'm going to tell you why your playlist is whack. And our family out there, I'm going to tell you why Beverly's playlist is whack. Beverly has a lot of, easy listening, maybe a little bit of Marilyn McCoo, Billy Davis, just quiet storm type stuff, But my playlist, I got club bangers. And we're not going to go through the list of what my club bangers are. Actually, that's going to be for an upcoming episode when we talk about what are you listening and how or what you're listening can affect your demeanor, your spirit. And we're going to talk about that in a later episode. But that's why I call Beverly's playlist whack, okay? A lot of easy listening, Roberta Flack, Peebo Bryson type of stuff. She got some cuts, but that's why. So B, don't be mad because I explained to our family out there why your playlist is whack. Now, playing hard in Chicago is a little different than playing hard in Seattle. Chicago, third largest city in the United States, you can basically find anything that you want to do. And you can find extravagant restaurants, museums, but also you can find those hidden gems, hidden restaurants, hidden holes in the wall where you can go listen to good music, just sit back and have a good chill vibe. Seattle's a little different. Seattle is the type of place where you can go somewhere and you don't have to worry about standing in long lines. There's always a ticket. So it's a little bit different, kind of a homey feel. But since we've been in Seattle, we've been able to see some great musical acts at a spot called Jazz Alley. And it's a small venue, but we've been able to see some great acts. One of the first acts we saw was the Delphonics. And some of you all may recognize some of the Delphonics hits, such as, I can't even think of one right now. But you old schoolers know the Delphonics. And a funny story about the first time we saw them, Beverly bumped into one of the members of the Delphonics and he knocked her phone out of her hand, handed it back to her. We didn't know he was a member of the band because a lot of the original members have passed away or are not performing anymore. So when he got on stage, he got up and gave an apology for bumping into Beverly, and he said, "Where's the young lady that I bumped into?" And of course, in Beverly fashion, she got up and said, me. So she got a chance to be part of the performance. Later on, we saw actually one of my favorite groups, the Spinners. We got a chance to see them perform. Now, I'm old school, and I was raised by old school parents. When you were in the car with my dad, you didn't touch the radio. So I got a chance to listen to all of these classic 70s groups growing up. And the Spinners are definitely one of my favorites. So they rocked the house. They sang some classics. Sadie, One of a Kind, Love Affair, The Rubber Band Man. The list goes on and on and on. So Beverly, again, in Beverly fashion, she decides to get up and shake her thing to the Spinners. So I got a little clip of that. Also, I got a little clip of them singing. So watch that. We'll be right back.
I know when you're supposed to take a break. I feel that mighty love in the audience right now. Seattle! Seattle! Everybody say yeah! Say yeah, yeah! Breakfast was on the table. There was no time to eat. She said to me.
All right, we're back. Did you all see Beverly dancing? I wish I could show you the unredacted version. But again, Meet the Redmonds, all about Christian living. So, going back to Jazz Alley, again, we saw some other good groups. We saw Take Six, the a cappella group comprised of 6 members, and they're world renowned, and they sang all of their cuts, Share Love, and a couple of other ones, but they were great. Then we saw Jonathan Butler. I lost a bet with Beverly over Jonathan Butler. I said that he was going to sing his song, Falling in Love with Jesus. But he didn't. I forgot what I had to pay Beverly for that, but he didn't sing it. He sang some of his more contemporary songs. Now, we also saw, I think it was the James Brown Experience. That was okay for those people who are James Brown fans. Didn't have the kind of energy that I was expecting, but those are the kind of things that we see here in Seattle when we go out and when we play hard. Seattle has a plethora of seafood restaurants. We've been to Elliott's, which is fantastic, outstanding, great seafood. We have a spot called Blue Star, great breakfast. There's a little hole in the wall down from our building called Pacific Inn. You can go down there, watch the game. You can have you some fish and chips, oysters, the whole bit. So Seattle is a different kind of vibe. But again, it's all about making time for your spouse. Watching my mom and dad, and they were married for 28 years until my father passed away. God bless his soul. God bless my mom's soul. My parents didn't have a chance to really play hard. They were always working, grinding it out, dealing with 4 kids. So they really didn't have a lot of time to play hard. I think the best moments that my parents had was attending graduations. They got a chance to go out of town to see my older sister graduate in North Carolina, my other sister to graduate in New Orleans. So that to them was a good time. They never had to, I never saw my parents go out, maybe to a church banquet, pastor's appreciation. That was the extent of their fun. They really didn't get a chance to enjoy their life. And I think as they gotten, if they had gotten a chance to grow older together, I think they may have had some fun. So I know I missed that for my parents to enjoy. So I don't want to do the same thing. I want to enjoy my wife. I want to enjoy what she means to me in my life. So we get a chance to spend as much time as possible. Now, I want to hear from you. Our email address is at the bottom. sknv123@yahoo. I want to hear some ways that our family out there, how do you play hard with your spouse? Some spouses are in bowling leagues together. Some golf together, even though I'm not a big golf person. We want to hear from you. And we want to hear how you play hard with your spouse. That's S as in Sam, K as in kaleidoscope, N as in Nefertiti, and V as in Velociraptor. That's a dinosaur for those people who don't know. That's SKNV123 at Yahoo. One of the other things that me and Beverly like to do, we are both sports junkies. She played basketball in high school. I am a playground legend in Chicago. And we just love watching basketball. We love watching football. Beverly does not like baseball. She thinks it's too long and too boring. So we get a chance to, compare notes and about this player or that player. We also have a love for hip hop music, and we talk about, early 80s rap, rhythm and blues. And again, that's a topic for later on when we talk about listening to secular music. So these are just some of the things that we love to do. And wait a minute, I think as a matter of fact, I think Beverly just walked in the door. And there she is. Beverly, can you come over? I've been flying solo and I've been flying alone. I need some help, baby. Can you help me? Here she comes. So remember, anything that I said, that's between you and me, okay? Hey, Beverly, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
All right. We were just talking to our family out here about our episode called Play Hard.
Were there exaggerations?
No, I did a good job. I think I'm gonna take my hat off. The hat is fly, but I'm gonna take it off. But we talked about playing hard. I think I did a good job.
Good.
Anything you want to add about playing hard?
Just a little bit that I heard when I was coming through the door. Want to say that playing hard does look different for every couple. And when we say the word hard, doesn't mean extreme all the time. Maybe that's part of your vibe. But whatever hard means to you, that means rest, respite, and enjoyment. Whatever that is, as long as you're giving that equal amount of time to your play as well as to the work that you do or the worship that you carry out, and know that in the end, it's all about the memories that you create.
Okay, good. Can I have a kiss on the cheek? Mm-hmm. Thank you. We're also coming live on location. We're at our rooftop, and our rooftop has a view of downtown that is awesome. And maybe before we end this episode of Playing Hard, I will get a chance to pan out so you guys can see the rooftop. And this is one of our ways we play hard. We come up here and we just relax and we look at the view. And
there's a little sun peeking out,
right?
But it's a good day to get a good idea of what Seattle looks like. Even on days when it is gloomy, Seattle is beautiful.
Now, if you catch the rooftop view on a sunny day, you can see Mount Rainier, which is really not a mountain, it's a volcano. Mm-hmm. So I think I said in a previous episode, if it erupts, pray for us, because we're going to need it.
We're going to get out.
We out of here. Peace. But yeah, this is just one of our ways that we relax. And like Beverly said, sometimes playing hard just means relaxing hard.
Yep, there's some deck chairs out there. There's a fire pit. So we get out here when we can and just sit back and relax. There's a giant screen TV, a grill. It's one of the gifts that we've given to ourselves at age 52, heading into 53, that we wanted to live a little bit of a softer life.
Right. Our parents, I was telling our viewership that our parents didn't get a chance to do that.
Not as much.
Your parents are enjoying their lives now
so.
As they're, going toward 80-ish.
Mm-hmm. And I would think that they would have their own definition if they were here, or if your parents were blessed to be with us. They'd have their own definition of what their quality time looks like. That's really all we're talking about with Play Hard. Find your quality time together and sometimes individually.
Well, I know if my father was still here, I think he would say that his Play Hard would be me getting out the house. Listen, when I was 22, 23, I was on my way out the door. I had one foot in, one foot out. He was just ready to bounce me out at a moment's notice. But when I think about it, That is good times. And that's part of my play hard too. Remembering my parents and just laughing at some of the things that they said and did.
Just doing well with the lessons that they taught us and putting that into practice. And we're hoping that we carry that on and pass it on to our children, that their play may look differently in their lives, but I do want them to balance out, be well-rounded individuals.
Absolutely. And you know what? Maybe that's a good idea for a future episode. Mama and Daddy stories.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good
We have
episode.
to do a lot of edits.
We got to do a lot of editing because my daddy did not play. He gave it to you straight, raw, no chaser.
I think our dads are similar, but again, eras of difference. They were men who were men in what, the 70s, 60s and 70s?
60s
That
and
was their
70s,
prime.
raising families at that time. So they've seen assassinations. They've seen wars. So they've seen all of it. Civil rights clashes.
Yes.
Coming from the South up to the Midwest. So they've seen it. They've
Right.
seen it all.
So they came up in eras when they said something, it mattered, life and death. Even on the tail end for us, we're certainly the benefits of a lot of the progress of civil rights, but we don't pretend that being in the skin that we're blessed to be in is always easy and that everyone loves us. Our parents knew that, and their job was, one, to help us be more successful than they were, and then two, keep us alive.
And maybe, now that you said that, maybe that's why they couldn't play hard. They had to be on their guard, raising kids at that time.
The whole Black culture is a whole lot of everything. It takes a long time to unpack it in a way, but there's nothing but absolute respect for the sacrifice that they gave us so that we can do some of the things that they did not always have the freedom and availability to do.
Right. Well, anything else you want to comment since you came in at the midway point of this episode?
We're filming on Sunday morning, post-church. Came in from TAB, our church home here, Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, and as always, I'm hungry. So we're gonna
You shouldn't
find
say,
some-
as always, you're hungry. You're not always hungry.
I think so. I really am.
Beverly's on this meatless journey, and she's on it by herself. Because I'm not going meatless. I'm going weightless. So in 3-4 weeks, 4 episodes, you might see a dramatic change.
So I'm learning how to balance out my plate so I'm not at a hunger deficit all the time. But I think we're going to Blue Star if they have room for us.
Right. So how we're going to end this, we want to show you maybe a view of downtown, and then we're going to end this episode with a musical montage by the Delphonics. No, not the Delphonics.
Stylistics.
The Stylistics, you know. Bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. And ever will my cut.
He was going to hit that note. I'm like, no, we're not ready.
Right, I was going to give it to him. So we want you to watch our closing montage. We might give you a view of downtown. And again, I don't have a joke of the day. See, this is what happens when Beverly leaves me. I don't have a chance to get my mind right. So I don't have a joke of the day. So I got to make this up next week with a joke of the day.
We're going to do 2 jokes?
We're going to do 2 jokes. I may even do a knock-knock joke.
Uh-oh. That's all I can say to these corny jokes. Uh-oh.
But again, we want you to look at our information, our book information, our email information, and we want you to email us. We also want you to purchase our books. Finally, I Do Again and Revelations of a Real Man or Woman. These books will make you laugh. It will emphasize spending time with each other, and it's just a good read, and it will just put you and your spouse in a good place. So we're going to end this with our favorite cat, blah, blah, blah. I messed up again. See, this is what happens when I don't have my running mate with me.
Our favorite catchphrase.
Okay, this is like Michael and Scotty. Well, not now. They don't get along now, but
When they did, they were a power couple.
Well, Kyrie and Kate, no, they don't get along.
We're just going to end this the Redmond way.
Wait. Do we know anybody that gets along? A tandem? Batman and Robin. There you go.
They had their skirmishes too.
Right. Okay. So here we go. It's not her way.
It's not his way.
It's the Redmond way. Peace.
Bye.
As you see, this is our view of downtown and the seaport in Seattle. A beautiful view. A little cloudy today, but these are the kind of scenes that we see every day in Seattle. Again, this is our episode, Play Hard, and you be blessed.